Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome back. So today, as you can see here, I traded a lot of tickers and I'm right on the day 477. The problem with today was it was a little bit like Friday where there was a lot of tickers moving and we didn't have that clear lead gapper, that one ticker that's like, okay, this is the one I got to focus on. And sometimes when we have those situations, I start fumbling a lot because I'm switching between tickers. And that's exactly what happened today. You can see with BLU is actually the only ticker I'm green on. And I actually made a mistake on BLU by not continuing to trade it. Because if you've been part of this channel for a little bit, you know once I'm red on a ticker and I just keep getting red on a ticker, I like to stop trading that ticker. And that pretty much in a nutshell was AVCT. Luckily, I stopped trading this one because at one point it flashed and it got really nasty. And most likely I would have kept giving back profits. Most of these other tickers were kind of in that similar vibe, especially FHTX. I was constantly giving back profits on this one. I was kind of ending on a high actually on FHTX. I was down almost $1,000 on this one at one point. And then BLU, if I just put all my focus into BLU, I think today could have been a little bit more of a green day, but overall it's just a hard day. So I don't really feel bad that I'm down today 477. Not to mention, if you watched Friday's recap video, I want to start sizing up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit Thursday as well, more so than, Friday, and leave Friday as like either a half day or just smaller size or just really take it easy, because usually by the end of the week I'm mentally drained, and that's why I don't want to be sizing up on Friday. While in the past I would start smaller size and try to start increasing size throughout the week, and then Fridays would sometimes be my biggest trading day in terms of position cost. So I would be using the biggest sizes, and that was really bad. So I wanted to flip that over, and I think I did all right trading today based on my position size. Today could have been easily like a $2,000 red day because I was going in like $10, $15, $20,000 in a lot of trades. So really I'm not down so much, and I think that kind of makes me feel a little bit better because I didn't get any really good moves today, and if I just got like at least one or maybe two, it could have been a really good green day. But every ticker I was going for just didn't have that resolution or continuation, and then I would stop out for a scratch, and it was just constantly like spinning my wheels this morning. So overall I'm not too bummed out that today's a red day at all. At least it's not like a big red day or anything like that. So let's go through these tickers, and then I'll focus on BLU for sure, how we could have milked this one a little bit better. It looks like NES is still moving, which let's see if it's popping up here. NES, you guys can't see it. It's a little bit lower on this chart. My head is in the way. But that ticker popped up new and it was halting. It was kind of interesting. So we could look at that one too right at the end. Okay, so let's get started with AVCT. It should be fairly quick to talk about some of these. Okay, let's go here and zoom in on this one a little bit. This is a ticker we've traded in the past, and it's had a huge sell-off. It could have been a good accumulation zone when it broke $1, especially in the cent zone, the sub-dollar zone, because this one most likely is going to have to pump its stock, or else it's going to get delisted from the NASDAQ because it has that $1 listing requirement, and it had a great move off of that. The problem was it just didn't have that ability for that continuation today, and it looks like it's having a healthy pullback. So honestly, AVCT could be a great accumulation on this 9 EMA on the daily, right here around 150 or so. So let's keep that area in mind. Otherwise, it was a tough ticker to day trade. And let's see, pre-market on the 5-minute, you can see here a lot of ranging consolidation. I really thought when pre-market was starting here and I was checking the tickers around 4:50 a.m., which is like around 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was like, okay, well, this one is a little bit in a flag pattern here. So I was really thinking we were going to see some continuation here. And that's where I kind of lost a lot of my money on this one when we didn't get that continuation. So let's go to the 1 minute and see a little bit how that looked. So we had a bit of a fake out here to the downside, and I was thinking maybe it's just like, because overall it was still in that 5-minute setup. So I was kind of thinking, all right, maybe we're going to have a little turnaround and some continuation. Actually, it's almost more like this, where we have a lot of support here. So I was thinking we were constantly going to rip back up, and we never really got that. And then eventually it failed, and I closed out everything at 42. When I was accumulating in this area. So I was holding this one also longer than I usually am holding. Usually I make most of my money in that, in the first 1 minute of my position or the first 2 minutes. If you see my monthly recap video in November, that's where I make pretty much all of my money. It's crazy. So I held this one too long. I was kind of treating it a little bit like a swing because it was having very low volume, and I thought, it could have a big quick spike to the upside because we've been seeing that a lot lately, but it just didn't happen. It actually happened with BFRI. So if I did the same strategy on BFRI, I would have been green on that one. So today I was just getting really unlucky overall. with my stock picking. I was just picking the wrong tickers that just didn't have continuation. And yeah, this ticker pre-market looked like it had an offering or something like there. Or something like that right here. That was a nasty sell-off, just disgusting. And yeah, I don't know, not really too interesting at the moment. But like I said, if we do keep selling off to that 1.5 zone, 1.6, 1.5, I might consider doing a swing trade on AVCT. Problem is, most of my swings are fully allocated right now, so there's a good chance I won't on that fact alone, because I don't really like using my day trading account for entering swing trades. Okay, let's keep going here to ADTX. Let's pop this one up, ADTX. I don't think I did much here. Yeah, this ticker popped up really fast, and it was pretty much over before it began. You can see on the 5-minute. I went in here for this pullback trade. We got a little bit of a pop. I was actually green on this one for a second, and then it flushed down here. I closed out most of my position, and I was pretty much break even. Then I bought a little bit more into this flush, hoping that we'd get continuation. Again, it didn't happen. I closed the rest of my size out here, so I took a loss on that, down 232. Kind of unfortunate. I could have walked with maybe a break even on this one, but yeah, that no resolution there. BFRI, this is a ticker that pretty much everyone is familiar with, because we've been seeing it so much in these past few days. We've been seeing a lot of pretty much every ticker. It's been a lot of continuation across the board, multi-day gappers. So we've traded this one 3 times, no, actually 4 times already. So we traded on Friday as well. Today it kind of feels like it's lacking some volume here, and we have big resistance at 690, so that's not really looking too good. Zooming in on the 5-minute, you can see pre-market it was really choppy. I eventually went for a little bit of a trade here when we had a breakout, and I bought a pullback looking for continuation. We did actually get a little bit of continuation here, but it was only 3% move, and I actually ended up chopping out right in here and just kind of walked away. So small loss on that, kind of unfortunate, because I could have walked away with a little bit of profit. FHTX, a lot of chop action for me on this one as well. So let's start on the daily. You can see it has high relative volume today, so that's really nice, but big resistance at 20. So that's really where we're getting stuck at. It is a biotech with some catalysts here, so that's looking all right. Biotechs are tough with continuation though. Okay, so, or multi-day continuation. So here's the 1 minute. This is, yeah, you can see how hectic it is. I think no, this was a new spiker around 9 a.m. So on the 5-minute, you can really get a good overview of this one. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. And yeah, we had a first leg, we had consolidation, and then we had a second leg. And into this second leg, I actually had one really good entry here. Unfortunately, I chopped out, and I was long pretty decent size as well, 500 shares, and I chopped out right before the continuation. So that was kind of disappointing. And then I bought this pullback, and look what happened again. I got chopped out 600 shares right before that spike. So those were 2 trades, so I got really unlucky on. I tried to trade this one with a red to green. I missed this one. I got chopped out again. It did actually have a red to green. And I'm like, so that was 1, 2, 3 big moves that somehow on FHTX I totally snoozed on, or just sold right too soon. So that was really frustrating. I bought this pullback, made a little bit of profit there, and I bought this breakout actually, and I made some profits there. But overall, this ticker just didn't have that good continuation. So it would like pop and then sell off, and it was very choppy too. So it was usually you'll be seeing a lot quicker resolution, while with FHTX it was just constantly like stop, start, and that's how I got chopped out on this one. So that was a little unfortunate, even though it only has 37 million shares outstanding. So you'd expect a little bit better resolution, but it looks like there's a lot of hidden sellers here. Look at all these failed spikes to the upside. So really easy to get caught on the wrong side of this one if you're buying these breakouts, and it stops on you really quickly. So that's been tough. And then PTPI, another ticker, a classic ticker that we are all familiar with. This is what I mean by these multi-day runners. And this is actually a pharmaceutical company. And you can see here it spiked up, sold off, spiked off, sold off, spiked up, sold off. So if you were constantly accumulating like 2 days after the spike, waiting for another morning gapper, it would have been the best way to trade this one for sure. I wasn't doing that, unfortunately. But you can see on the 5-minute how it has these kind of really choppy stairs. And it's kind of stair-stepping to the upside. But pre-market, I tried a little bit of a move back to VWAP. That failed. I got a little bit of a pullback trade here. That was all right, but I got chopped out a little bit too soon. And then the market open, PTPI was definitely one of the better ones. We had a nice, really nice 5-minute breakout here, 1 minute pullback, and then a continuation, 7%, and then a good 5-minute setup here, and then we had another good run, 14%. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching PTPI. I was so focused on FHTX. So there it goes. Like if I was just trading the right ticker today, it would have really made a big difference. And really to sum that one up, BLU, this is the ticker I'm up on the most. If I just focused on BLU, I think today would have been a green day because I could have just avoided all the scratches on FHTX and really nailed BLU. So let's start quickly on the daily again. This was a big gap down, consolidation, starts trending higher eventually. We trade a few of these, actually, yeah, it looks like we traded here on September 13th, and then it was consolidation for several, almost like 2 months. This was actually pretty nice because this is more or less a big first stare where we spike up 100%, we pull back around 25%, and then we're spiking up again now 70%. So that's actually a pretty clean first stare with a good amount of support right in this area, right between $5 and $6 where we were ranging for a few weeks. So nice to see that on BLU. And then here on the 5-minute, you can see it's been consistently trending up, but it's been a little bit harder to trade because we had this, pull back here and then it kind of spikes. But look at the 1 minute, such a chop fest. And then also right here, we were stuck in this range for quite some time. Eventually we break higher, but there's again, no continuation. So this ticker was really tough to trade as well. And then again, at the market open, or at least once we broke past VWAP again, it would have been a good ticker. Unfortunately, I was still focused on a FHTX, and that was, yeah, it was just me not being focused on the right tickers today. So let's zoom in on this one a little bit. I got a nice little trade here to start the day off. I got really aggressive really quickly on this one, mainly because there wasn't really anything else going on. And I was like, all right, let me take advantage of this. So yeah, that's what I did. Unfortunately, it pretty much died off a little bit later and it kind of went off my radar at this point until it popped up again. And this was really weird because here we got a huge flush and then randomly I had an error message pop up. I couldn't do anything. My TOS was frozen for like 2 minutes, at least BLU was, and then it opened again somewhere here and I just quickly got out for a small scratch. That was really frustrating. I took a loss here on this pullback and then I made a little bit of profit here and then I got a nice little move here. The reason I went for this one is if you see here on the 5-minute at 820, let's see, that's somewhere in this area. We have a lot of consolidation around 9 EMA and VWAP, and I was thinking there might be at least a retest at $8 again, and that's why I did this trade. So that worked out. That was a good classic 5-minute setup there. And then yeah, at the market open, this was kind of nasty. Had like a fake out red to green move, and then had a big fake out here and flush. So this was a really tough one to trade again. Until I would probably say until maybe like this 5-minute candle where it really has that confirmation, you could have maybe nailed that 1 minute pullback. That would have been good, 13% right there. But still, like, if you're trying to trade this consolidation and look for a breakout here, you instantly get flushed on. So it was just a tough day. It could have been a day where you kind of got a little bit lucky. You just traded the right ticker at the right time. I was unfortunately trading the wrong ticker, and my timing on FHTX was also totally off. If I just held it like 3 times, like 1 or 2 more minutes, it could have been a really good green day on that. But I don't know, in my eyes, that's a little bit wishful trading when I should have just been focused on BLU. And so I really messed up on this one by not really staying fixated on it, noticing, oh man, this is the only ticker I'm actually green on. Let me keep trading it because at least somehow I'm in the flow on this one a little bit better. So I could have been really trading this area well. And once we were trading here and we were near big resistance, I could have been maybe scalping this because I would have probably understood that we're kind of ranging here. There's no good 5-minute setup. So let me be a little bit more risk averse here. I don't think I would have been trading breakouts in this zone, but I definitely would have loved to trade this this move here. Unfortunately, that one got away from me. So yeah, it is what it is. I think with BLU, we're actually holding our highs really well. And last time we had a big breakout like this, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of continuation before pulling back a little bit and having a little bit more continuation. And that was like a total of 40% from the high of the day before. So, I mean, this one could have a good move above 950 or so in the next few days. Yet if we zoom out here, we might even run all the way to $12. That's where really the next big resistance zone is, maybe $11.50 or $12, somewhere in that area. So this could be a place to see this ticker reach in the next few days. I would really like to see BLU keep holding its highs, and then maybe that would be a good swing trade. You could always cut your losses if it sells off too much. It feels a little bit extended short term to me, so maybe I would wait for a little bit bigger support around $8 or so. I would definitely wait for the 180-day SMA to catch up a little bit here. But overall, it's still technically on a pretty nice front side. It does have these constant fake outs, but maybe it's just going to have continuation from here. Let's see what happens. And then I'll go ahead and talk about NES as well, NES. energy equipment company here, 60 million shares outstanding and a $50 million market cap with Catalyst. This ticker popped up really fast and kept on getting halted. And we've seen similar action from NES before, where we had these big spike days and it sells off, big spike day sells off. Today we have high relative volume, but most likely this ticker just has offering and dilution, and that's why it doesn't look like there's good volume here in general in the past. So definitely want to keep that in mind. We have big resistance around 3.5 as well. But other than that, it's actually holding its highs really, really well. And, pre-market, if you don't mind halts, it would have been a good one to trade as well. And nice little breakout here, 15% move. So yeah, NES and Blue were definitely the tickers to be trading. Maybe PTPI as well. And that's my focus today. Was just on the wrong ticker. So I hope tomorrow maybe we have a little bit more clean action in terms of the fact of maybe just 1 or 2 lead gappers instead of this, like 6+ lead gappers. I mean, there was 7 tickers to watch today. Easy. I traded 6 of them and I didn't trade NES. And usually my best trading days is when I trade 1 or 2 tickers and that's it. That should have already been a sign to me like, oh God, something's going off today. Either, maybe step off the gas a little bit or really try to be patient, wait for that good front side setup and then get aggressive as quickly as possible, because continuation also isn't that big of a thing. So you get maybe like 3 5-minute candles to the front side at best before you're stuck in a flush or something nasty. I'm definitely excited for tomorrow, but if we don't see any action, I still got to be patient until we see the action. Then I got to get aggressive, and hopefully tomorrow I can do a bit better job of focusing on the best gappers, or hopefully the best gapper. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning into this recap video. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community, and like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao ciao.